So to start off this NFT chapter of DotFriday, what better than starting off with its evolution story? Platinum Software Development Company is a time-proven team of high-class engineers who develop various IT, blockchain, and crypto-related projects. They even do smart contract audits, they do Solidity, Rust, Substrate Engineering, and also build complex DeFi solutions. A blockchain architect lead, a passionate entrepreneur, and a skilled negotiator, today we have with us the CEO and co-founder of Platinum Software, Anton Dziatkovskii. Anton, it's an absolute honor to have you with us, and the Polkadot community thanks you for the constant enthusiasm you have for us to grow. So a hearty welcome to you, and over to you for all you have to share with us today.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here today. So many people here. Yeah, even I took a T-shirt, NFT. I made.
It's amazing.
Yeah. I have 20 minutes and then 10 minutes for answers. So there are two guys will present today, me and Vlad. I'm living currently in Australia, Vlad in Europe. I'm sharing my screen.
Yes.
Me know if you can see it.
Yes.
So very briefly about our company. I'll try to be as fast as possible. So we are working since 2015 and we are blockchain developers. We came to blockchain from data science, and in 2015 we just how we came to crypto. In 2015 we did a lot of stuff for banks, creating a lot of sophisticated scoring and data analytics for banks, for underwriting, for understanding of credit worthiness of the borrowers and so on. But because we've been decentralized, not because we love decentralization, but because we just being a startup, so we used Bitcoin just to pay salaries. And Vlad, he still remembers the time when we paid salaries in Bitcoin. So and after we started more and more dive deep into crypto, and then we wrote our first smart contract and so on. So you can see the guys on our website. All they are real guys. We are total 120 people right now in our team. So for example, Garik, he's a really genius in creating algorithmic market making bots, decentralized bots, which could work on one each Uniswap or any decentralized exchange. The stacks we are working on, you can see, because we are currently on Polkadot Summit, we do love Rust and we know how to work on Substrate. But however, we can also code on Solidity, Golang, Viper, Haskell. So even we try to do some stuff on Cardano. And there are a lot of another stacks we're working on. And it was a hard time to survive crypto winter. So we survived crypto winter because we used to have a lot of B2B customers. One of our co-founders, he's a Japanese, ex-Bloomberg, 11 years in Bloomberg, in Bloomberg Tokyo. And he brought us a lot of good deals, and you can scroll here, find a lot of quite notable guys. The biggest our customers so far probably are Japanese Airlines, Mindle, Asubimo, game industry, K-pop industry, and so on. And sometimes customers giving us some feedbacks, and sometimes media also writing about us. And we also member of different associations like British Blockchain Association, Crypto Valley in Switzerland, BBA, top developers, and so on. So now about NFT. So on our call, Vlad, could you turn on your camera, if possible? I will stop.
Hi guys. Hey guys.
Yeah, so Vlad, we're working since 2017 together. Vlad is our chief editor, plus he is in charge of creating narrative and story around all NFTs we are doing right now. So maybe Vlad, could you share your screen and explain to our audience, respected audience, different NFTs, different projects we supported. So it's very important to, we as a platform, we just dev incubator. So many projects coming to us and we advising them how to build. Sometimes we build just to create some stuff and make it open sourced because we would like to keep some track in this world, just leave something in this world to contribute to society. we're not a greedy bastards. We just want to create some really cool stuff. For example, like I love Polkadot, and the reason why I love Polkadot, because on Polkadot you can find a lot of open source product, and all the Polkadot are about open source. Talking about Solana, let's try to find on Solana any open source backend. You will never find anything because Solana guys, they're greedy. They don't want to share what they created. However, we are working on Rust, and we're working on Solana, we're working on Polkadot. Even we have some requests to do some stuff on Near. We recently got grant from Near, and we are quite well on Solidity in EVM chains. So what we'll tell you today, we'll not tell you how to create NFTs. We are limited in time, but we will create how to sell it. I guess it's also quite important to create NFT. Probably there are a lot of frameworks appearing right now on any chain. So what Vlad could share with you how to create a nice story around where to find audience and then how to sell. Vlad, your turn.
Yeah, hello guys. I hope you are doing well. So today I wanted to share some information about the main green and red flags within the creation of your collection. So actually, I don't know the level of the, I would say, development experience in you guys. So if you want to know more, for example, some technical side or something like this, just write us and we will just consult you and do a lot of, stuff with you if you want. And it's absolutely for free. So we like to share our how it's experience, and all the development stuff we are doing is open source. So you are welcomed. So I will just demonstrate my screen. Wait a sec. So I'm just I will tell you about our experience in the NFT collections, and right now we're going to launch the one of our NFT collections in Polygon chain, and so we're just multi-chaining our NFT experience right now. So the first stuff which I wanted to say, Anthony said the right thing. You need to create a story around your NFT, and actually the two possible main goals you need to achieve. The first one is to create a story to attract your audience, and the second one is to make it utility proven to just hold your audience within your project, and try to give them a real power of the real power of voting, real power of usage of your NFTs, and it can help you in other activities with such a great audience. So I will show you the first example. I will show you it was our first, I suppose, experience we've got in the collaboration for the NFT 256 collaboration.
I have a couple of words. So we found guys who used to work for a very big company, which create a lot of cartoons and movies. And these guys, it's collaboration of roughly 300 different designers. They're working part-time on this big Hollywood company, and these guys been paid very low. So we met, somewhere, and we just decided to create an NFT collection, and we decided to share profit. And because they're great artists, we are good coders, we created this collaboration. So we gave money to designers, because even Hollywood companies paying like really pennies. And what really NFT is disrupting, now artists could really gain money. It's very important.
Yeah, so actually my main point here was that if you're just a developer and you don't have, for example, a team of designers or just one creative guy, you can collaborate with anyone in the sphere, and these guys will help you to just outreach your audience or something like this. So if you have just an idea to the or to your NFT guys, it's on the space team. Yep. And the story behind them is pretty much interesting. They're all aliens or human-like guys who just live in the one central station. And for the idea, they came that these heroes will be part of the big game called Tidus Heroes, if you know. So they had a bunch of hype in the internet and so on. But we want.
It's also a very important point. The collection Vlad is just showing you right now, it's a fake collection which created by some scammers. So yes, it's a quite sad. Yeah, I just sent in a mutual group link to proper link. So when you deploy something cool, there will be a lot of guys who are copying you and try to sell the same stuff you are selling cheaper. But if you will have enough good enough volume, you will get some badge on OpenSea, which will prove that you are like original guys. So
So as we said that you should have some story behind it or product behind it. So we came up with our, we have multi-chain leverage decentralized exchange. And we've decided to support it with some other NFTs. So the platform called Monitor, so like margin and trading, So and Minotaur, and those guys went up to the whole story. We've got lore, we had community, and if we just how would say. We've got, for example, I suppose we've got 30 or 40,000 people in the just main product, and we've just, when we started to make lore, when we just started to make some interesting stuff with the explanation of the verse of the of these creatures and so on, we've got plus, I suppose, 50,000 people who were interested in the story, who were interested in the NFTs, and we made a separate NFT collection, which will be, so right now it's on the in the Ethereum network, and we've just decided to put it into the Polygon chain. So the main collection was looked like this, these guys.
Sorry for interruption. You should tell guys what is a lore about.
So it's a history behind the metaverse, behind the personage, and behind the whole world you are just creating, and with your personages. So our guy was a little just monitor. He grown up in the cruel world, so the crypto is a cruel world, and we just associated this cruel world with the how to say, the crypto stuff, like crypto winters, like dark forest of Ethereum, or dark forest of how to say, crypto, and some struggles with the SEC, for example. So the opportunities which staking or other DeFi services brings to people. So this story just shows how just every crypto guy is walking through the from the start of the, how to say, the crypto world till the moon. So we will just provide this history when we've just launched the blockchains. We will continue this stuff, and when we just launched the main collection I've showed you before, so we decided to expand it on the Polygon chain, on other chains. And for example, for the Polygon chain, we've decided to go for the just simple stuff, because those collection was pretty much, I would say, complicated within the generation stuff and others. We decided to make it more easier. So we go to these guys. So soon they will be on Polygon. They're cute and just, and we've actually like the Polygon chain for its cheapness and absolutely almost gas-free. And I suppose those guys will go up from the minimal price, for example, or even just for free for the community, and it will hold the story on the new level of the, how to say, of the back part, because you can just not have only the major monitor, but kind of a baby, yeah. For the adult guys, we're planning some girls, Marna girls for our main personage. But the next big stuff you need to have in your backpack is the utility of the token and utility of your NFT. So we think that, for example, we're thinking that the main primitives you should definitely have. It's staking with NFT, and if you are just a good coder or you have a big, for example, team, you can go up to the stuff like gaming, and I suppose it's one of the ideal stuff to play games with your NFTs. So right now we're working within the I would say with the utility. So you can see that this is a native coin because of the monitor is staked. You can just provide the staking ability as the staking, how to say, feature into the right, how would say, interface. It can be gaming interface, it cannot be gaming interface, but if you just do it, it will be more friendly, and you can just saying that you can just make an effort to make mass adoption for the crypto, for the NFTs, and it's quite good to to provide your audience with the ability to just use your NFT, not just placing it into your profile picture. So actually, what we're doing right now, it's some utilities with gaming. So it's like just simple stuff. And if you see the lower part, so these backgrounds are present on the NFTs, yes. So you need to connect your lower part and your utility part in one just simple ecosystem, and you will be able just to make some stuff is going on. So we're planning to make many stuff with it. So you can just expand your, how would say, your metaverse, the happy word, your metaverse, and just to make things going better. So these two keys, the utility and the as a backend part, will make your community happy, I suppose. So if we're, I don't know, should I say how would say, the steps within the creating the NFTs? So the optimal whitelist checklist for the launching your NFT is just to provide the idea, gather the community. So the community can be gathered beforehand of your creating. You can just ask your community to provide your ideas, because these guys, the most of the traits for these guys we've got from the community, from their wishes and from their desires. So you can just so the first one is idea. The second one is just gathering the community. If your community is not so big, for example, a couple of hundreds or thousands of people, do not be, how to say, upset. Because people will share if the idea is great and if the artwork is cute, for example, your community will grow up very quickly. After this, you need to make a smart contract. So the smart contract can be simple, just minting the NFT and that's all. And it can be a little bit more complicated because you can just make some whitelisting stuff and so on. This is not very, I would say, complicated in terms of the Solidity development, but you need to keep it in mind. For example, for this collection, we've made 9,990 monitors, and this collection is divided by squadrons for 555. So these guys are divided into squadrons, and each squadrons costs more than each other. And we had to provide this, I would say, utility, just this feature into the smart contract actually. If we are going, for example, deeper, you can sacrifice, for example, you need to upgrade your NFTs, or they had metadata which should be upgradable. So you need to just think about these mechanics, because even the upgrading your creature can be done in several ways. For example, sacrificing it like this, like in this project. So you just need to burn your token, NFT token, and then go to, I would say, and then make it more, make another one with different traits. For example, this one, we can just personalize your monitor within your face, for example. The other stuff, you can just make updates on the metadata with your IPFS link. And this is quite a little bit tricky because only, for example, OpenSea provides the full support of metadata changes. And other guys, other marketplaces, if you don't have your own marketplace, doesn't provide such an ability.
I have a question. For example, I created an NFT, like sold NFT. First of all, you should tell guys what kind of sales channels working. From my personal opinion, Discord and Clubhouse, right? No Twitter, no Telegram, right? Telegram, like
yeah. So in terms of the communication channels, Discord is, I would say, it's the main channel for the communicating with your people, because you can say that it is your people and you are just part of the community. And for the guys who are just came into you, so the big deal is Clubhouse, is in some way YouTube channels, but in a small sort of way. But you can just take the note that guys from the Clubhouse, so it's just like US guys and European guys, so they like to hear what you are doing, ask you questions and so on.
US guys, they're really very strong holders. Probably because when you sell the NFT, you decide to sell NFT very cheap, and so you also probably didn't mention about what kind of should be the price of NFT. NFT should be like super affordable, like $100, $200, right? $300. It should be like very cheap for an average.
Yeah. So we have just spotted some few collections, for example, a few NFTs or collections which costs more than, I suppose, $1,000 or $2,000 in counting. But it's ridiculous because the effort you put into the NFT should be more than its costs. Because you're just expecting that it will be grow in price and so on. If it will definitely, if it, I would say, brings the value to the community.
Well, I think let's go to if our colleagues who organize this event.
Yeah.
If you're okay, definitely. Let's go to the questions and answers. I think it will be more important to answer questions than just talk.
Sure. Great. So I think to start off with, one question would be, just a second. I think there's some disturbance. Yeah, one question would be, so while we're talking about building the community, it's great to know which are the right platforms to build the community in. But how do you ensure the community is building right, like the right people are joining? With these days, the risk of bots and it being quite commercial out there. How do you ensure that the numbers are legit?
So the first way to just engage the right community is, while we've just have spoken about the Discord, you can make and you can implement bots in this Discord to just I would say outsort the wrong guys, the bots, and so on. So just the simple measures just to enter your community without any scam or bots or advertising. And actually, Discord channels are quite until you're just going public. I mean, the status of your Discord server, so nobody can just join it without the link. And this is, I suppose, the greatest thing right now for the community. And other stuff, you can just implement the bot. It's open source again in Discord, and you can check the wallets from your users who have the NFT on their wallet. And this is, I suppose, the most interesting stuff. So you can just create, like flat channel where everyone can come in and stay, just discuss anything. And you can make a closed DAO community who definitely has your NFT, and they can decide the the development of your project. So we're just using for the DAO questions. We're using Snapshot, and it's eligible to see the to use your NFT in voting, and it cost you nothing actually. Just you need just to implement your project, find the strategy, and use it. That's all.
Okay.
It does. Yeah, it doesn't upload it. I don't know why.
That's great. I think that answers it for me definitely, and I hope that does it for you guys too. The next question, guys, would be: so, are there any downside to NFTs, and if yes, what are those?
Repeat this again. Downsides?
Yes. In your views, what would be the downsides to the NFTs?
In other words, how could an NFT project go wrong? Perhaps that'll be an important thing.
Yeah.
With NFT projects.
So do not promise what you can't do. Yeah. So many projects creating, for example, cool stuff in terms of the visuals of the NFTs, and they just promise everything. We will sell merch and just divide the profit with you guys. We will just make a game, for example, or we will make, I don't know what, or we will make, for example, a closed DAO community in which you can just go to the insights and other stuff. But if it's not, realized in just some short period of time, or just through the roadmap you've just presented, so your collection your community will just leave you. The other stuff, for example, for the economical side, if you just want to your community to go well with trading and so on, please do not provide a lot of bounties and so on. It will bring you not quality community, but community within the, but will undervalue your impact to the market. So it's like with usual tokens, for example, fungible tokens. If you just throw away, for example, 10% of your or 20% of your, cap, you will be punished by the market. Actually, what else should be? What the downside will be? If you just I don't know. Maybe that's all. I suppose.
Yeah,
Just do what you do, and just make your promises get real.
Right.
And that's
that
what.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Great.
So if you don't want to make some difficult stuff, you are just selling, for example, the images, like beautiful images or not beautiful or just crappy. It's okay. You can say that to the community, and a lot of guys in our society who just love to buy pictures and just use them as the profile picture. It's okay. Yeah. But you have less chances with guys who just have the utility.
Right. Great. I think one final question for both of you. So one of the current challenges of NFTs is that the assets, which may be image, video, or audio lately, they can be rather large in file size. So what most developers do is that they store that asset off-chain. And this means that the actual media NFT is not on the blockchain, and that it's just referencing the file hosted on some other service. So the problem with this is that if the service provider goes down or the original NFT marketplace goes out of business, the actual asset that you have created or behind your NFT would be lost, right? So is this problem being tackled in any way, or what are your views on this particular aspect?
So my point of view that right now, nowadays, you have no guarantees that, if you're just, how would say, metadata as a picture or a video file is placed into the blockchain itself, for example, within the IPFS system or something like this, actually, you haven't the guarantees that it will be, how would say, stay in life forever. For example, there are a lot of chains, just developing chains like, I don't know, just young one, yeah, like on layer 2 solution or something like this. They're just trying to make their effort to the community, saying that they're implementing NFTs and so on. For example, I don't know, for example, take up, for example, Solana, okay, network. They have a Phantom wallet, which, for example, shows you NFTs and so on and trades inside your wallet. Okay, it's great stuff, but imagine that, for example, in one day, the, I don't know, nodes and, for example, or management team decides to leave the blockchain, and, for example, the community will just, decided to leave the chain. So what will you do when the nodes, for example, will not work? So nobody. So, but I suppose that storing your, how would say, metadata on the centralized service, just to, how would say, negotiate the size of the file. I suppose it's fine solution, actually, because you need just to, you cannot be how would say, to be in a closed room, in your closed blockchain. You need to interact with other, how would say, technical architecture, cloud, I don't know, cloud services, cloud hostings, just usual service and so on. It's okay. And you need to provide your audience the knowledge about this. There is no pure blockchain actually right now in the world, I suppose. No pure stuff. So if this is pure stuff, because, for example, I love Avigoche very much. Yeah, I like how do they make it on Polygon working. They're just pure on blockchain, but they have difficulties, I suppose, within the, how would say, in comparison with guys who are just separately, not separately, but not fully on blockchain, because they cannot just make some stuff, interesting stuff with them. So I suppose this is, and mini games that they are providing, they are not on the blockchain. They are just simple JavaScript or something like this.
Yeah, sure.
Like I showed you this guy, yeah. So we use NFT just to implement it into the game, but the game is not on the, it's Unity game. It's not in the, in the blockchain, because you cannot make all this stuff on the blockchain. It will be ridiculous.
Right. Yeah. I think that is a wise solution ahead for this. Thanks. Thank you so much, Anton and Vlad. This was highly insightful and mighty kind of you to share all of it to the very detail. I'm sure it will help us best build our own NFT projects someday, maybe. So we'll be glad to stay in touch and pick your brains for the road ahead sometime, maybe. So thanks a bunch.
Thank you, Nanya, for inviting us.
Yeah. Any questions, just go and PM us and we will just help.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.